So, I thought I was going to get through this without seasonal affective disorder kicking my butt. But unfortunately, despite the vitamins I've been taking and the exercise I've been getting, it appears that seasonal affective disorder has once again reared its ugly head here in BionicDance land. It's right now 1:45 in the morning, and I am wide awake. Mind you, I slept early this morning. I actually fell asleep watching the Venture Brothers, if you can understand, if you can picture that. I mean, that's not really the kind of thing that lends itself well to sleep, but apparently I was just wiped out by the complete and utter lack of sunlight. Most people don't quite get it. They don't understand, you know? How to explain seasonal affective disorder? It's like you're tired, and grumpy isn't the right word for it. It's more like, gosh, how do I put this? The little things tend to get to you a bit more. Just, your patience is less. It's not that you're automatically just in a foul mood. It's that your trigger for being grumpy is, that bar is lower. Let's just put it that way. And, well, needless to say, I've been living in Seattle for about 15 years now, and, that's about half my life. It's kind of weird to think of it that way, but it's true. And, seasonal affective disorder didn't really rear its head until I'd been here about 6 years, I guess. Or at least I didn't really notice it. It didn't become a major issue. But then after that, it just slowly, incrementally got worse and worse and worse until it's like, every now and then I just got to get the hell out of this place in winter. In recent years, I've gone to Miami Beach. I've gone to Waikiki. Just one way or another, I've had to figure out how to get out from under this constant overcast. And that's something people don't understand either. You talk about the clouds in Seattle, and they're like, oh, it's cloudy everywhere. And it's like, no, it's not. No, not like Seattle. Seattle, okay, we're far enough north that we don't get a lot of sun in the wintertime. Not nearly as many hours of sun. But even then we don't get sun. I mean, the cloud layer is so thick that sure, it's kind of light out, but it's a directionless light. You cannot point to the sun. And, there's no shadows, there's no anything. It's just this fluffy white ceiling. You might as well be under a white dome with indirect lighting. Because you can't tell where the source is coming from. It's just not enough. And everyone says, well, why don't you get one of those full spectrum lights or one of those ultraviolet lights or one of those? And I'm like, I've got one. It doesn't do any good. The light doesn't do any good. The vitamins don't do any good. I think I don't have typical seasonal affective disorder. I think it might be as much a psychological thing as anything else. I think I just need to see the sun. Like, I have a psychological need to see the day star, and even if it's not psychological, it might even be physiological, I don't know, or it might be both of those combined. But what I've found is that unless it's real sunlight, it doesn't seem to do a whole lot of good. So yeah, if I'm short with anybody, well, let's just try not to piss me off. How about that? Until May? How does that sound? Kid gloves, people, kid gloves. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to try to take it out on people, but, if you try my patience. I mean, I actually booted someone off my channel today because I didn't care for the way they were responding to the message boards, the comments. I was like, look, can you hit the reply button? They're like, no, I can't, I'm on some smartphone thing. And I was like, well, then don't reply. And they started arguing with me about it, and I was like, look, I don't have the patience for this shit, either don't reply in this really annoying way where your responses show up as new comments instead of replies to the person you're replying to, or, either don't do that or go the fuck away. And I was like, and you're not going to win this argument, I have the power to get rid of you. And if I want to do that, that's what I'm going to do. So quit arguing with me, damn it. Just, I asked you nicely. If you can't do it, then you're gone. And I realize, I don't boot people out for their ideas. If there's someone out there who has all these wacky notions about God and spirituality and shit like that, well, fine. Everyone's entitled to be wrong. Everyone's entitled to be a dumbass. You're not entitled to be rude. If you're going to be rude, you're going to be gone. That's all there is to it. You know? Um, I won't tolerate trolls. I won't tolerate, people who are obnoxious, and I won't tolerate people who won't follow the bloody rules. And yeah, it's not a YouTube rule that you have to hit reply to reply to somebody rather than posting it as a new comment, but it's one of my rules. It's my damn channel. You don't like it? Get the fuck out. Mind you, if this were the middle of summer, I might have been a bit more tolerant. Who knows? So, anyway, this is a late night ramble. I don't get to do rambles as much anymore, but then I'm also, I don't know, I've been finding it difficult to get inspired. It feels like I've said everything there is to say about the whole, God and religion and existence and faith and all that stuff. I've said everything there is to say at least twice. So, I don't know. I don't know what there is left to do. I've been trying to branch out and talk about other things, obviously, but... Anyway, it's like 10 of 2 and I'm wide awake. Who knows how long I'm going to be here. Hell, maybe I should do like a late night blog TV. I don't know. I don't want to, though. Anyway, so seasonal affective disorder, malaise, follow the rules, goddammit. And I'll talk to you evil geniuses later, I guess.